What's up, Lounge Lizards? Welcome to another episode of Legions Lounge, episode 38, where we talk about all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions, Figure Obscura, customs, and other Mythic-related action figures and other stuff. We are your hosts. My name is Trevor, 16_shooter on Instagram. My co-host, right? Oh, I never get that right. It's so wacky. I could flip the camera, but then that fucks me up too. So anyway, toy photographer extraordinaire Nate Strong at Corona4 on the gram. What's up, Nate?
How's it going? Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Yeah, Happy New Year. First and foremost, hope everybody had a great New Year. I had a pretty good New Year, man. We actually stayed up. We went to some friends. So much food. Oh my God.
And I've been doing for a month, I think, is eating and drinking. God.
Yeah. I gave the whiskey a rest for a few nights. That's not unusual, but just when you're on vacation, it's like let's have a drink. But
it's easy.
Yeah. But we stayed up till midnight and it was great, man. We had a
nice
good time, so that was cool. Yes, where is Bill? Excellent question, Dave Orkin. Bill is not feeling well tonight. He's a little bit under the weather. So we're swapping one Bill for another Bill tonight. You may know him in some circles as Billy Beige. It's Will White.
What's up, Will
White?
What's going on, man? Call me Curtis.
Boy.
Yeah, there you go.
Happy you could join us, man.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Ready for a new year.
Yeah, new year, new you, right?
Mm-hmm.
God, the worst.
Same facial hair.
Yes, exactly. So you're now doing some reviews and stuff on the YouTube. You got a channel.
Yep. Billy Beige Customs on YouTube, and I'm trying to crank them out.
It's fun stuff.
My quality. I got some technical difficulties every now and then, but trudging through.
It's tricky, man. Like the review stuff, I've tried to do it, and it's really like you got to see. I've seen like Bill's setup in his room, like he's just got a corner for it. It's all there. The lighting doesn't move. In my case, like I'm using, this space for this. I'm using the other space for shooting, and it's like I don't have a third space to set up like a backdrop and light it well. So I've got to like recreate that every time, and it's a big pain in the ass. So that's one thing I would say, like if you're going to do it, like get yourself a dedicated space, because it's tough. It's not easy, man. Like and like reaching into the camera and making sure that you're in the camera and in focus. I don't know. It's tricky.
Unless you're doing a perfect one take, you're editing and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot of time.
Perfect one take, more like one take good enough.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, the editing is the bitch about YouTube. That's what people don't really think about. Like these lives are great because I don't need to edit this. Probably should, but I don't need to often. But yeah, the editing is a bitch, man. The editing is a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, welcome, man. I'm glad you're here with us tonight. I hope, Bill, if you're tuning in, I hope you're feeling better, man. Get some rest.
Yep, big day. I know a lot of people, including Bill himself, are heading back to the office, or in Bill's case, school. So yeah, he wanted to make sure he was ready to go. So
yep, understood, totally understood,
for sure.
See him in a couple of weeks. All right, before we get started, just take a second. It only takes a second to ogre smash that like button. Helps us out. Lets people know that this is happening right now. The more likes we get beforehand helps out. So do that while you're there. If you're new to the channel, you're not subscribed, please consider it. Hit that bell to be notified when we go live. We do this every other Monday, but occasionally we'll do it in between there too, or we'll miss a Monday and move it to Tuesday. You never know, could happen. So hit the button, hit the bell, and that'll notify you when we're live. Not only have this show on this channel, but we have the 1/6 pack where we talk about hot toys and other 1/6 figures, and I have a lot of toy photography tutorials, another one of which I'm working on for the March of the Forest folk shot that I did a while ago with the Mythic Legions and the Moose.
Nice.
Again, editing, it takes so much time, man. So like it's coming. But I promise you it's coming. And this year I have promised to bring back, and I can't wait to actually, the articulators, which is when I sit down with 3 toy photographers and we pick some of our favorite photos based on a subject that I give them, and then we talk about what makes them great. So
cool.
And I love people love that. Nate was
it's a great
one of my first shows, and it just kind of fell away, and I don't know why, because it's not that's live too. There's a little editing there, but we'll get back to it. It's more a scheduling thing there, getting more people together on a specific day that they can all meet and stuff. But we're gonna get it done.
Cool.
All right. Some news. Let me open up. I'm gonna go right to. Oh, who's in our chat, Nate?
Who do we got, folks? Let's see. I see Kevin.
I didn't forget about the chat. I've been looking at the chat, but I'm like, oh, I'm seeing all these people. Everybody knows who's out there.
So what's up, Kevin? A boy called Malice, Dave Orkin. Hey, Mike.
I think
Casper,
Bonnie Rotten was first today too. I think he just got disappeared for some reason.
I don't know why that. Yeah, somehow that happened.
Yeah, it's weird.
But, Tom Williams, Curtis Ackerman, Ryan Gonzalez, Scott Baker, Patrick Boyle is with us. Pablo is with us. Jesse with Just Shell it.
Hey,
Luis, Joe Gonzalez, David Smith. What is going on, David? David's doing some really cool paint work on some figures.
Yeah.
Kenner Action Figures, Skelosaurus, Nolan Collects, Ryan Gonzalez, Rick Jones, and let's see, Ankra the Creator. I hope I said that right. The Weekend Gamer. Cool. So a couple new names here. Brick
Ankra
something
the Creator.
Going on. Omar V.
Ankra the Creator.
Blase Bear. Rob Zamora, Kawabunga Dude, Jay Wright, Mecha Rekka, and Mitch Vonnie Rotten Picks, and I think we covered
Eric Munoz.
Oh, missed him. Jay Wright.
Eric Munoz.
Yeah, cool.
What's going on?
Right on, man.
Smarter Bill to take them up before school picks up tomorrow. Yeah. Well, Sergio, I was gonna see if you wanted to come on too, but I'm like, well, it was really late. And I've wanted to talk to Bill's got his new channel, and I wanted to talk to him, but we'll get you on here one of these days as a fill-in, or I think I'd love to have like a fourth host every once in a while, like a guest host anyway. Yeah. So we've done that with Curtis and stuff. So
for sure,
more the merrier.
Yeah, it is kind of fun. It's and that's another thing that I want to do. I keep talking about this, but this year is going to happen is channel memberships. But again, I don't want to just do it and say, hey, give me your money for nothing. I really want to do something. So stealing a page from Dan Hu and having people who are channel members on the show, to come on and be guests either in and out or a bunch at a time or something like that. So
right on, it'll be fun.
We'll get that going. Cool. All right, now let's move over to this. So we got hello, kitty. We got little notice the other day that some things had changed. Cosmic Legions Book 1, Volcatar, there's a small delay. And we were all kind of hoping that it would be January, February. Well, maybe shipping in January, and maybe we'd start getting them in February, March. But it looks like it's now going to ship around April. So Q2, and they will probably be getting those out in the end of June, maybe the beginning of June, depending on how things go, which is a bit of a bummer, but shit happens. Still going to be great. I'm excited for it. I don't care. It's fine.
I don't remember was this brought up in the conversation? Does that mean that perhaps the second wave Book 2 will be sort of closer to Book 1 than it previously was?
I think it's probably going to be. They haven't said, because again, with Book 2, tooling on the wave is underway. We expect to be mid-late 2023. So, I mean, if things go well, mid 2023 is July, August, September, you know what I mean? That's even getting in towards the late 2023. So
in a sense, that kind of works out to me. Because I have a feeling once we get Cosmic, we're just going to be just freaking jonesing for more. You know what I mean? So knowing that once we get them, that the next wave is going to come, a lot sooner than we're used to getting follow-up waves. That could be a good thing.
And I know that one of the things is I think I don't think Jeremy addressed it. Jeremy came on and did a live on the Cabal. I don't know if he was on his YouTube channel too, But just talking about some of these things and the heads, the fact that we, with the troll heads, they're making up for the lateness with the troll head that you already got, but they also noticed that it was a little tight to put on and take off. And the whole idea being that you can swap these things, they're giving you that original head that you did get again with a slightly wider hole for the neck for the neck peg to make it easier to swap on and off, which I think is great.
Awesome. I mean, that's how you take care
I've had them. Yeah, I've had the old ones. The original ones were like that. It was hard to get those heads off.
Yeah, it was harder plastic.
Yeah, and it was just a real tight heat them up because they didn't expect them to really come off. So for whatever reason, that's fine. That's cool. Everybody should be getting those. I guess I don't know when retailers are getting those. Is that on the site? Does he have the troll head update on here? I think they are somewhere here. Also, Treasure. Okay. Let's see, post for an update on the wave. Okay, but I think it's a matter of, retailers are going to obviously get them afterwards. So the people who are getting them direct should be getting them now, and they'll probably get their replacement heads first before the retailers get the full product, because the retailers are getting like the complete product. They're not giving them in pieces. So you should have all your stuff from the 4 Horsemen before the retail stuff comes in, as usual. That's usually the case anyway. But yeah, it could be back to back. The other thing is, people were talking about whether or not they will be soliciting, another Cosmic Wave, prior to the first one coming out. Now, I would think that they would probably think twice about that. And again, I have no knowledge of this. I could ask all the questions I want, to a degree, depending on Chris's level of paranoia that day. But I don't know any of this stuff, so I don't know what's happening on that front. So I'm free to guess. And I would say that they would probably wait if it didn't screw up production too much to have, if you've got something in the pipeline ready to go and they were ready to launch something in May or something like that, but the product wasn't going to be out. I don't know if they'd wait, or maybe Cosmic will be later in the year. Maybe, who knows? So we'll see. I think they might have planned to wait anyway till people got Cosmic in hand for a few months. Try and tease them, and it's like, if you're loving this, here's another one. You know what I mean? And not jump all over it too quickly. So we'll see.
Yep.
Don't know how that's going to work, but I think we got a super chat from Curtis.
We do,
dude. Be sure to tune in. Yes, just shelve at YouTube channel this Sunday 9 p.m. for Shooting Shelf with Curtis and Jesse. Guess another Corn Boy. That's right. That's going to be a big one. Thank you, man. I did have that down as a note, but I did not have Sunday at 9 p.m. So that's good. Thank you for laying that all out. That's going to be fun. That'll
be a great chat.
Definitely go and subscribe to that and bookmark that and hit the bell and all that stuff to be notified of that. That's cool. Okay, and the other change was that All-Star 5 Plus has moved up.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. And so there's a little bit of a trade-off, I mean, I know there's a lot of people jumping into the line with Cosmic. So, those people will be a little disappointed, but shouldn't be too disappointed. It's not that big a deal. But anybody who's waiting for All-Stars 5, including myself, is going to be very excited. So slated to ship to the warehouse by mid-January. I feel like we just solicited for this.
Yeah.
Right.
It feels like it's less than 6 months.
Yeah.
It might be. I don't know. Time's a blur now.
A killer wave too. I can't wait.
There's not too much new tooling in this, although there is, because there's the shields, at least.
The shields.
The helmet from the Xylonian guard. There's other stuff that I'm not remembering. There is a new face sculpt for what's his name? The Ranger.
Dubon.
And there might be something else too. No, what's her name? Sculpt wasn't different. But anyway, let's just jump over to that for a minute. Nope, that's Cosmic. And All-Stars 5 Plus. Well, this is a new sculpt. It's
Swig.
a new, yeah.
That swig head.
Yeah, and first time we're getting head packs.
Yes.
Swig head, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so this is a lot of work, man, to happen in 6 months. That's pretty amazing. I mean, you know, odds are they probably, since they had Okietos and Xenothon ready to go for PowerCon, these things kind of get going ahead of time. You know what I mean? Some of this stuff, I would imagine, gets started at least then, especially like Romulus, and once they know what the winners are, I would say that they just kind of pull the trigger on those to get tooling, and or they don't even need tooling, just get into production. So that's really cool, man. I mean, that's freaking. What did it say? They're going to be shipping in mid-January, and they're going to be arriving around March. That's pretty cool. So we might have those before the end of Q1, which would be nice.
Heck yeah.
I might have to put in some orders for some more swigs with some online retailers.
Yeah.
And speaking of make sure you order your bottles too.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Kevin says swig, they had it all tooled beforehand. So thank you for the super chat, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, all this stuff has been tooled. This is nothing. There's not everything is new, but there are a few. Actually, that sculpt, I think that's what he's talking about. That's true. I think they had that done because that was supposed to be something that they had a while back. I think they were going to use for something. So, yeah, very cool.
Xylonian Guard.
What's that?
For the was it the Xylonian Guard head? Its helmet, I think, was something that they teased a while back.
Yeah, they had that.
Nate's Nate Barch's art. So it's all been kind of around there. If anything, it's just like a small handful of stuff.
Yep.
Yeah. Just, you know, I mean, hopefully it doesn't. I mean, maybe that's a sign of things to come. But I don't hope that people don't get too crazy the next time an All-Star comes around and it doesn't take 6 months. It takes a little longer. So we'll see. You know, dude. Here's the thing: we're gonna be inundated. It's kind of in the graphic for the show in that, like, you know, we're going to have January. You still got to order your Necronominus by January if you want to order ahead of time. You don't have to, by the way.
Note.
Just saying.
Note. Right.
Don't have to put out any cash if you don't want to.
Looking at you,
that's into no one particular. Just saying, throwing it out there. So January, we got that. And then February and March will probably be a little bit of a drought, but March now looks like maybe the end of March we'll start getting All-Stars 5, and then forget about it. The floodgates are open, man. It's going to be Cosmic. Yeah. It's going to be Poxes.
As far as stuff we're getting,
Cosmic Book 2. It's going to be. I mean, it's all going to be coming. Like probably within a couple of months of each other. It's going to be.
I hope you got space. Right? You got totes ready to put some stuff up. You hope you got room. To open things up.
Right. That's what the show's about. We're talking about, you know, Reso-Legions in terms of like getting ready, because I think this is going to be a hell of a year, man. I mean, we've had a lot of stuff
not only the stuff that you just rattled off that we're getting, All-Stars 6 will be in there. Probably another reinforcements wave, perhaps.
Yeah, and those could drop quickly too. You know, the reinforcements could just come out and boom, they're ready to go. And you know, more stuff. More stuff.
Remember at G-Con, it was said that this is the year of Necronominus. So who knows how much skeleton stuff's going to be dumped this year?
Right.
Yeah, and this is true too. That the All-Stars 5 heads were tooled with them, so that they knew. And this is the kind of stuff that they may do at this point. You know, going forward, even if they know. They don't have the full figure laid out, like what parts they're going to use for it, but they have new heads and they know that they want to add a new head to something. You may just throw that in with some waves. You know what I mean? Get that done and ready to go. You know, there's all sorts of tricks. So, like, yeah, we don't know about that. There are some extra pieces tooled, and that may be the case with the All-Star 6 Plus too. I mean, that may be a quick turnaround. Who knows?
Right.
Could be.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know. Well, that's what IKEA is for, and that's what we're going to talk a little bit about that too, just making room and stuff like that. We each have our own resolutions or Reso-Legions, if you want to call them that, and we'll get into those. I think we had one more piece of news, Nate. About
we just
Legion
got an
Shop,
announcement
right?
from Jeremy and Legion Shop that they got big things planned for this year. They say they're having a new sale. I believe it kicks off, I want to say maybe noon this coming Friday. But their big announcement was that they are now adding to the shop full custom figures for sale from the variety of artists that they work with. So that could be huge for people who don't necessarily customize their on their own. They don't paint. They don't do a lot of pop and swap. So you're going to be able to get full custom figures. So be on the lookout for that from Legion Shop.
Yep. And not to mention more figure obscura too, going back to our conversation.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Chris said more unannounced surprises. That's true. I mean, I don't know how much that will be in terms of, waves, but you never know. I mean, maybe there's, something that's one-off. Again, I'm not speaking from knowledge. Maybe there's something that's one-off, kind of like the trolls thing. It was just 2 trolls.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And maybe there's something that's either that big, or maybe there's a mount horse wave or something like that, and just a couple of differently painted horses or something like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? You could do something.
I could definitely use one of those palominos or a painted horse.
Oh man, get some of those ones that Nikki Nicole have done. I would be all over it.
Oh god, that, or like some of the horses Jennifer Missy Sykes owns. Oh,
right.
Right. What's up, Eric?
Hey,
how's it
Eric.
going, man? Hope you're doing well.
In
stock sales,
man. We haven't seen those in a while.
I don't know, man. I got a feeling that again, not speaking from knowledge, but the era of the in-stock sale might be either it's going to be few and far between, or you may not see that for a while until they get to the point where they have more people, because it's just a matter of having the people to be able to ship the stuff while all this other stuff is going on. You know what I mean? There's a lot. We're getting so many more wave after wave after wave. Not to say they couldn't do it, but it is I know it is a lot of work when they do it. So, but it would be cool. I mean, I enjoy seeing everybody bitch about those. So
I'd hope they do at least the wave ones where it's like like a Lithia in stock sale, but I don't know if we'll see like that week sale, every week where it's like, check it out, we're gonna have this puzzle and it's right. Weapon pack, it's female figures.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's gonna happen.
I don't know. And I mean, not that it's still for everybody, but I know that trying to get out to different areas and have some stock to sell at different shows around the country in order to give people the opportunity to go there. It kind of takes the place of that. It's not for everybody because there's nothing international. So I do hope they do the in-stock sales every once in a while. It would be nice. I don't know how that works with your retailers. I don't know if that's a matter of like giving the retailers enough time to sell through their stock. You know what I mean? I can't remember the timing on them before, as if they were like that, but I kind of felt that like they overlapped them being available in retail. Like you could still get them from Big Bad Toy Store, but they would have an in-stock sale and it would be a bunch of, let's say
All-Stars 4.
Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? In stock and I don't know. I don't know what they have worked out in there, but like I guess if I were the retailer, I'd be like, okay. So
I
don't
remember
know.
they at least had to get them in stock, and I feel like it was like maybe like a month after we were there or so, because like at least with those earlier ones, they were selling out like super fast. Like the All-Stars 4 ones, I feel like those
on the retailers or through them. Yeah. We've got there. That's a good piece of news as well. I was going to bring up the Fwoosh. They posted this today on Instagram that the Fwoosh put. I was just watching that yesterday, the live stream too, and I didn't watch the whole thing, so I didn't even see that. But that's their #1 figure of the year. It's not the only one. That's been a lot of individual people on some of these collective group shows like ours, a lot of people's number one. Obviously, it was our number one in the top 5, but even among people who are, collecting many toys, it's up there, man. If it's Jay Hernandez had it up in his at I think number 8 out of 10 or something like that. I'm surprised it didn't go higher in his. He's all about Spider-Man. It's got to be Spider-Man at the beginning. So
gotta be.
But yes, and they did tease this, that a lot of people who didn't get it, he may be galloping your way or something to that effect in the future. There's no current plans for that, but they did a retailer release of obviously Krampus.
Yeah.
We've yet to see if they would do something like that with Father Christmas or the Headless Horseman, but it sounds like they will. So we'll see.
Cool.
I would imagine if it all goes the same way, it's something that you'd see next Halloween. And whenever that, drops, I don't know. I still don't know. Honestly, I'm not holding anything back. I don't know. That's the first I've heard of it. So there you go.
Could only imagine the color palette.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be wild, man. I mean, we did discuss that, I think, a little bit on one of the shows in the past, and people were talking about glow in the dark and stuff like that. Could be kind of cool. So we'll see. Green flames and stuff like that.
Yeah. Blue flames.
Blue flames. That'd be cool.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. The Aether in stock sale happened very shortly after retail started shipping. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So, I don't know if there's any pushback from that. They haven't said anything about that, so I don't know. But I think if I were a reseller, I'd be a little like, I got stuff over here for sale. You know what I mean? So, I mean, the trade-off is, again, they put it up for sale first. You can pay for it ahead of time, and yes, that's what you have to do. That's the trade-off. Pay for it ahead of time. You save some money. That's the trade-off.
Pretty simple concept, folks.
Yeah, it's pretty simple.
Pick up one all in. At least you have a Whitman sampler of toys there to test out. And then once they come in, you can pay for your ones from Big Bad Toy Store. Let them go either way.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we talked about that during Mythic Math, and that you really should, if you have anything to put down, pick up that 2-pack. And if you don't have any care about it, it's the only thing that you can't get from the retailers, and people will want it afterwards. Because it's still one of those things that people like either outside, peripherally in Legions, and who are get into it later, or even people who are in Legions are like, yeah, I don't need that, I just want the figures. And then you become that completist, like me, like you. And now you need that box, and you got to have it. And it's one of those things that kind of just skips people sometimes. So anyway, yeah, BBT, but they did get more. I mean, it kept coming back up at BBTS every now and again.
So. What kills me with Big Bad Toy Store is like when it sells out, and it may just be where it's people's pile of loot, and then it's just a wave of people canceling, going back up, and then they'll start with the price.
Yeah. Yeah, and they find more too. From what I've heard, they would buy stock from other people too. But I don't know with Legions if it works that way, because I don't know any retailers who are really like trying to get out of extra stock with Legions. It just doesn't happen.
All right.
So all that often anyway. What is this, Michael? I love Faustia compared to Turkey Lady in Space. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to take you to make you love Faustia. Is I think people. Let me tell you something. People are going to get that figure in hand, and that's going to be a sleeper, man. Because the translucency is cool, and the bendy stuff is cool. The tail on the back of her head, you have a different idea about her, man. It's a real cool figure.
Yeah, and there's going to be Thanksgiving Day customs next year.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I mean, All right, so let's get into this thing. So I wrote down some resolutions. They're very loose. I'm not a person who does like New Year's resolutions necessarily, because it's just, I feel like it's too forced, and I'm like, I'm not gonna follow. I'd rather like make a plan to do something at any point and follow through with it if I can.
Sure.
As opposed to, well, it's the first of the year. Now it's going to be a whole new It's just another day.
I
mean, followed the last day. But I get it. I get it. For some people, it's a reset, and you're just like, but at the same time, it does make you start thinking about things. Like you can't help but sort of think about what you're going to do differently in the new year,
right.
quote unquote. So, what do you got, Nate? What's one of your first?
Well, I imagine
Reso-Legions.
We're gonna.
And these are specifically about our collections. We're talking about. We're not just talking about we want to lose weight and shit like that.
Right. We all want to do that.
Legions.
Yeah, we all want to lose weight. Right. Whatever. No, this is collection wise, and specifically Mythic Legions, though it could be your whole collection. But
yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm sure this is not going to be an uncommon one amongst us three, let alone everybody in the chat. But it's definitely take stock and organize figures, third-party parts, accessories, stuff like that. I mean, I just fairly recently had a little box of maybe 3 to 5 third-party heads that I had set aside, wrapped up, and I was going to get them to somebody to paint, including the Chit Chat that I had won, and I lost it, and it's like pissed me off. So
yeah,
it's like I've torn apart everything, and I can't find it. So I think it got somehow accidentally pitched, but so it just made me like, dude, you got to get your shit together, because and Trevor, it's just my space isn't just a collecting space.
Right.
Being a photographer, there's so much. I mean, lights and props and diodes, and that takes up so much space, and it's just hard to get it organized. I'd love to spend a ton of time on the shelves and getting all that stuff, but I'm constantly taking stuff down, setting stuff up, taking pictures, half-ass putting it back. So I'm gonna try and get that a little bit more under control this year. So that's one of my first ones.
Yeah. Definitely organization, and I know what you mean. Like I see people talking about like, oh, I went through and I reposed some of my figures. I'm like, repose some of your figures? I don't have time to repose my figures, man. I repose them when I shoot them, and have to put them back on the shelf. I will dust them and I will clean the shelves, a few times a year. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the things I'm doing right now. In fact, one of my Reso-Legions is making room for all this stuff that's coming in that we were just talking about, because right now, as it stands, I've got a bunch of Alithia figures like on the floor, those that can sort of sit on the floor, because there is no more physical room on the shelves for them. So I have gone through and I did cull the Black Series shelves. And what I found this really cool thing at Joann's Fabrics. The only place I've seen it, I don't know why. It's like I'll put it in the Cabal tomorrow, but it's like a very narrow set of drawers. those little plastic drawers sets that you can buy that are on casters or whatever. You know what I mean? You can move them around for crafts and stuff like that. But it's about a 5-inch by 3-inch or so. 7 by 5-inch drawer. Okay. And there's 4 of them. And so the whole thing is like just about maybe 8 inches wide or something like that. Maybe 7 inches wide. And I found these clear bags, actually. Bill, a company that he's got a little, I think it's Dorklair
10%.
Yeah. Something like that, to get 10%. The shipping's a little high. I actually found them on Amazon, but sorry, Bill. Because the shipping was just nuts for me. And I just wanted one bag. If you're buying a bunch of them, then it probably would be better. But for one bag, it was just a little too much. So, but I bought these little 5x7 bags and started just doing that. Like, I was never like bag them up and throw them in a bin. I'm like, why do I have them? But I kind of like this because it's a little more organized. It's almost like a filing cabinet of figures, you know what I mean? And you can just kind of rifle through them and organize them as like Marvel or whatever, MCU. So I've been doing that. Now, not every figure fits in there, and some of the taller, bigger figures don't fit quite well into one of the bags, but I'm looking for bigger bags. I might do a little short on this on YouTube, but getting them off the shelves, stuff that I'm not ready to part with yet. But I think that's a way out the door.
Right.
I think it's almost like
part together. You'd be like, $25.
If I get them if I get them in the bag and I just pull the bag up and go, oh, this looks sad. I should get rid of this. You know
Sell
what I mean?
pile.
So
yeah,
I think that's the way to do it, because right now I'm just looking on the shelves as a group and like, oh, they kind of go nicely together, but like, you know, like I've got all those what were those? The elite Praetorian guards from, you know, The Last Jedi.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm not gonna shoot those.
Right. Shot them once, and that's it.
I don't really care for that movie.
Yeah.
Why do I have these? And they're the SHF ones too. They're not even Black Series. They're like the $80 versions of them. It's ridiculous.
Wow. Yeah, I've had a huge pile of stuff that I wanted to sell, and I know we've brought this up, so I won't belabor it too much. But you know how the government put the cap on what you're able to sell on like eBay and stuff like that, and I think I know where you're gonna go, Bill. Yeah. Billy.
That's delayed now, so you got a year reprieve.
But is it a year? Because the way I read it was, is it through all of 2023?
It sounds like it's through all of 2023 right now, or at least not on this tax, this coming tax, income taxes.
Right. So for 2022, because I like hit my $600 max in like February, so I haven't sold anything since then. And then I just saw this new thing came out like on the 28th, and I'm like, oh shit, I've got 3 days to sell a bunch of crap on eBay. But now they're saying if it's not all through this coming year, they are saying they may extend that $600 limit and try and cap it at 5,000. I know it used to be 20,000, but anyways, my point is, hopefully that's another resolution is to sell a bunch of stuff. And I saw Michael Xavier said, yeah, he wants to sell everything but Legions.
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting to that point. Like, it's not everything. You know, there's you know, I like the Marvel Legends and stuff, at least the X-Men, but I'm even paring that down to like, you know, I've got the SHF like MCU figures, and I'm like, I don't really even ever feel like shooting the MCU. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of mental block I have. I never feel like shooting those figures. So I think I'm going to box those up. I think those are probably on their way out, though. There are some of them that look really good. I mean, they look really good, but I just don't use them. So I don't know. Everything okay now? Everybody's saying it was a bit choppy, but now it's good. Okay. Oh, cool. All right. Don't know what happened there. I think my Wi-Fi is pretty strong. Got some fast internet, so I'm not really sure what was going on. Could be, who the hell knows. But yes, selling was one of mine as well. But Billy, like, is that one of yours? Is selling something that you're going to?
It is going to be one of my Reso-Legions, but not Legions. Probably more towards like I have like I'm looking at 2 totes of Transformers over there because like I got back into collecting with Transformers, and they've done me dirty so much with putting out like a repaint after a repaint after a repaint of the figure to get that ideal like 86 movie cup, and I'm just like, you burn me too much. And they're putting out everything you like, so I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna. Those are on their way out. I'll have more display room that way. Same thing with Marvel Legends. Same thing with like some randos I pick up where it's just like, what? Why do I have this many spawns?
The random stuff is a killer.
It's all impulse buys.
Like these guys, these Noda, they're excellent figures. You know, the Terminator, like I like the Terminator, but like I don't.
Right? Do I have to have it?
Have that? You know what I mean? Like I don't know. A lot of the Mezco stuff. I'll be honest. I was sitting there earlier, looking at the Mezco shelf, trying to find room for like the news things, like the sod cutter and stuff, and I'm like, I never think about these Gomez figures like ever. And they're cool in that I like that they have the suits and stuff that I think I could use for other shots, but I have never done that. So like, you know,
Mezco, but like almost all my stuff is still in the box where I'm just like, I let go of one to Cullen. I let go of one to him, but then it's just like, I thought about selling my Atticus Doom for a minute there. Then I'm like, oh no, they just
I like that one.
One. And
yeah,
I
like
got some of the parts off of that and make my Atticus Doom better, and it's all bagged up, just hanging out.
But I'm not into that anymore. So I'm not buying any more Gomez's. I'm not buying any more Gomez. I'm not buying any more of these.
Is losing
recolors.
Yeah, his
well, a lot of people like that last one sold out, man. The Union one, but I didn't buy it. I'm like,
I've had a Crimson Dragon, whatever, I forget the full name of it. Like,
oh yeah, you're trying to sell that,
yeah. I mean, when I first got it, I'm like, I kind of like it now, and I look back and I'm like, at least it was going on eBay for like $400. I can't give it away hardly now. I'm like trying to sell it for like $125, and no one's
selling is
I
difficult.
$1.25.
Yeah, $1.25.
All right, Curtis,
like your ride or die buddy's got some advice or on a resolution you may want to consider here.
That's a deep cut. I don't even know what that is.
That's from Legions.
You want to explain that or just let it go?
Legions Con right there. Yeah.
Okay.
Just getting a little belligerent, were you?
Hey, at least he paid $5 to say that.
We'll take it.
True enough. Thank you, Curtis. Appreciate it.
Love you, Curtis.
Yeah, it was a blur. Yeah. It is. It's been like that for 2 or 3 years, but I think it's been with especially the third party, like you said, Billy, those one-offs, or those little sideline things like that spring turtle from the Leonardo, not Leonardo.
Not Leonardo.
Fury Toys. Awesome. I don't even like turtles. I'm not into them, but it's such a cool figure.
Yeah,
I am glad I got that.
A great shot.
Thank you. I am glad I got that one, and I did get the crow from Mezco. It was one of those things I was like, I like the crow, but do I need? I already have a 1/6 crow. I never touched that. Do I really need it? It's a good figure. It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks really badass.
But I gotta chill on that shit. You know what I mean? Because that's one of my resolutions, is just chilling on some of this stuff that is just not in the wheelhouse. I've really got to start to narrow down what I'm collecting, and what doesn't fit. I mean, I want to be open to certain things, because Nate, photography, it's like it's a trap, because you see it and you go, oh, I got a great idea for that. It would go so cool. And then you get it and you have no place for it, and it sits in a box, or you open it up and you stick it on the table and you never use it, and you're like, why did I buy
use it once
for $60? You know what I mean? And I'm like, so yeah, definitely.
That's like, pre-ordering then places like BBTS. It's kind of like the old adage, like if you went to a store and you grabbed a figure, and they would say, walk around the store with it in your hands for 10 minutes. And if you still want it, walk out go pay for it. Otherwise, set it down in the diaper aisle or whatever and leave. But, with BBTS, you can at least order and then cancel if you want. But stuff like Mezco, as soon as it comes up, you don't even have time to think.
You don't.
Right? You just order it. And then
sometimes you have an hour, maybe, if you're lucky. And then sometimes it's just like, oh God, I think the Atticus Doom lasted a day. Yeah. The last one.
Yeah.
But it's like, you don't know what's going to happen. It's just the fever.
I'm not falling for that shit anymore, though, because you can get this stuff afterwards. You can get it. And it's Mezco isn't quite command. I'm not saying that's the same thing with everything. It's not quite commanding the same aftermarket prices as it used to, even for stuff that sells out quickly. It's just, there's a lot of people buying a lot of them when they go up for sale, and then putting them on eBay for ridiculous prices that they don't go for, and then they ended up selling for a little bit over retail.
Yeah.
Greg, what's up, man?
What's up, Greg? Fellas.
What up, Greg?
He's like, I fucking made it.
What kind of pizza you eating?
You start doing swamping toy rentals. I got to tell you, man, you're not the only. I thought of that idea, and then somebody else on another. I don't know if it was Toying Around. Somebody on Toying Around and the Enablers or something. Somebody said the same thing. It might have been Mario 796 Studios, but like he said, yeah, somebody should like rent them out. Like you imagine what kind of condition these things are coming back for? You know, like you do with a rental car.
Right.
If it's like, if it's not your buddies that, like he said, here, you can take it, but take really good care of it. Of course, you're going to do that, but like as a service, no, it's not gonna.
Not even, you'll come back, it'll have like, this joint was glued in. He no longer has arm rotation.
Yeah. And the problem is, like, it's like, great. Like, I would love to say, like, hey, Nate, I would love to borrow that Dio that you bought, like, for a shot. Okay, well, it's only going to be like, $40 for me to ship it to you, and you ship it back. Like, is it really worth it for it to, to get that?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Unfortunately, it's not the greatest thing unless you've got people in your neighborhood. None got to eat once a week. Cleanse my system. There's no cleansing. Your system is cleansing itself. It's fine.
It's ridiculous. But I had a friend at work who was offering like some Black Series for. He's got them in storage right now. He hasn't. He moved. He hadn't had a chance to open them. He's like, "You want to review them?" I'm like, "I'll think about it. Don't want to lose your pieces though, but I'll think about it."
Yeah, that's the problem.
Don't have to spend $27 on a figure.
There you go.
Yeah,
exactly. What were we just talking about? Because I wanted. There was a point I had to make about
organization.
No, it was more about ordering and narrowing. I don't know. It'll come back to me. I can't remember. But there was a good point. Anyway, yeah. But I mean, focusing your collection. And I love Mythic Legions, man. I love Mythic Legions. I know I'm gonna love Cosmic Legions. There's just some shit that's I don't love as much. That has to go. I mean, there's a finite amount of room for the moment. I'm hoping to gain some more room, and maybe that's a resolution. You know what I mean? Like working on the room that your collection is in, or something, to gain more room if you can, or something like that, or finding another space in your house, finishing your basement or something like that, which is a lofty goal for a collection, but it does add value to your house if you're in that position to do that. Could be something you want to do. But yeah, the selling, which goes along with that, you guys were just talking, and I was kind of paying attention to the choppy talk over here, that eBay is going to increase that stupid, Congress is going to do something about that stupid level of
well, supposedly they're going to
for it.
Yeah, they're going to extend it, right? So there's I read a couple things, and I read it one way and I read it another way. So if we got any accountants in the chat that can clear that up for sure, because if it is extended till the end of 2023, that it's up back up to 20,000.
Oh, okay.
The limit.
Oh, they're bringing that back up. Okay.
Potentially, or it's the I don't know.
I mean, I don't want to get it's
a little
ridiculous muddy, but that even. I mean, I understand people are making their livings and have businesses through eBay, right? I mean, it is a thing. It's not just your neighborhood, yard sale like it was when it first started. But the problem is, I mean, even somebody making, $15,000, that's not really a living. You know what I mean? You could get by on that. It's probably a part-time thing for some people. And, the 650 is like, I mean, technically to the letter of the law, you're supposed to be writing down everything if you have a yard sale that you sold, but nobody does that. And come on, give people a fucking break in an economy that is not great. That they can sell use shit online and not have to pay taxes on something they've already paid taxes on.
Exactly. And I think when I was reading about all this stuff, they said that $600 limit is based on something that's like, I forget how many decades old. So that's so
I could see
out
that.
of touch with stuff. So even if they bump it to 5,000, that's a huge difference.
Huge.
So Scott Baker.
That's all I need. Scott,
it'd be perfect.
Oh, hey, thanks,
like
man.
20,000. That's good.
Yeah. Legion says, definitely changed my buying habits. I'll start to grab a $25 to $30 figure in the store, and then I think I could spend $37 on a Legions figure and just get way more for my money.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Like,
thanks, Scott.
Just in terms of bringing it back to Legions, I mean, not to be. I mean, listen, it's a Legion show. You're here. You don't care if I'm a shill. I mean, there's not many. I don't know. I don't have any Valaverse figures, but I've heard that those come with a lot of cool accessories and stuff like that, or at least a lot of accessories. So bang for your buck there is pretty good. But I would put these on par with that from what I've seen. They're not apples to apples dollar wise, but you get a lot of stuff with Legions, and the paint apps are incredible. It's just that's the other thing. It's just like not buying crap. You know what I mean? I'm almost to the point where like you take a chance on some of this stuff. Like that spring, as an example, came up and it was like, oh, you got to get it. And it sold out really quickly because everybody was like, look, they teased it for months. They'd shown, shitty pictures of it, but it looked pretty cool. So you grab it, and before you even know anything about it, it could have sucked. And then it was up for sale again on 5K Toys, like just last week. You could have gotten it again. So I think stuff's coming around, man. I don't think you really need to jump on a lot of stuff too quickly anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't wait until somebody has it in hand necessarily, depending on what it is, in order to see if it's any good, which is a problem. But I am not taking too many chances on unknown entities anymore either, because I have done that twice this year, and ironically, it's on the same character.
Uh-oh.
I bought a third-party Nazgul 1/6 figure, and it came in pieces in the box.
Oh, I saw that one. Because it's like the base figure and all the pieces to put together.
No, it wasn't supposed to be the pieces to put together. It was supposed to be a figure. It wasn't cheap. It was like $180 and $170. And it was a third-party Nazgul. Now, I bought the Asmus Nazgul. I love Lord of the Rings, but this was like, as a background extra one. I'm like, all right, I'll get that one. It's a little cheaper. It literally came in pieces. Everything was falling apart in the box. Wow. And I talked to the retailer. I'm like, dude, this is a piece of shit, man. I want my money back. And he's like, the manufacturer isn't, taking them back. So I'm almost like, not my problem, man. But he's like, they're offering to repair it. So if you want to send it back, I'm like, repair it, right? It's broken, man. You're going to send it back to me again. It's going to be broken again. It just doesn't stay together. Wow. It's badly made. And then I bought this like 1/12 version of it called Spooky Spirits. Do not buy this figure. It is just a real shitty basic one, like Mezco-esque figure underneath. It's terrible. It's like this hood is
that the one on 5K Toys?
No, I think there's another one that's better. It's got a different name. But I thought they were the same. It's got a little skull. I mean, honestly, for customs, it's not a bad robe and stuff, but it was, I think it was $50-$60. I'm like, not really worth it. So anyway, not taking a chance on third parties is another resolution there. So that's not really a Legions resolution. So
that's just a resolution.
Except more money for Legions. So
there you go. Billy, what else you got resolution wise?
Resolution wise, where I went over our organization, trying not cutting frivolous spending. It's gonna be going through my totes of Legions, where it's just like I went through the other day just to I can't remember what was I doing. I was going through them to organize them down and see what I had, just to get like the counts on like deluxe Legion builders, reinforcements, and stuff like that. I think I have like 108 Legions in totes right now that I haven't opened up.
Wow.
I haven't opened up.
Oh, haven't opened up. Yeah, where it's, you just kind of it's like, oh God, like I got a lot of ogres right now. I got half giants. I mean, I have like 5 Black Knights just hanging out, and I'm like, I got to work on customs. It's at least get through 2 of these totes and just get stuff out on display. I don't have a Lithia opened yet. I didn't get that all set up to do that. Wow. Yeah, it's opening stuff. And hopefully with like the YouTube review channel, I can be like, okay, I'm gonna open this up, and it gives me an excuse to open it up and be like, okay, now I have to put it somewhere.
There you go. Many a YouTube review channel has started because people just wanted to get their shit out of the box. So it's a good reason.
Nice.
This is true. What Pablo was saying here, it's really gonna be. It is like I am getting the animal warriors of the kingdom. Those look excellent. Oh, I can't wait to get those. And plunderlings. I mean,
what are strongs?
The plunderlings and the plunder strongs. The big giant guys and the long, tall, thin guys.
Yeah.
I got a couple. I did get a couple in the Kickstarter of those. those I pick and choose. I don't need to be a completist with those but I'm also like doing like Nate. I got into Joy Toy now, and like that stuff's cool, and it doesn't take up as much room.
Did you get?
But it's a whole new rabbit hole.
I'm not doing Warhammer. I'm doing like their other like the Battle of the Stars and stuff like that. More like apocalyptic warriors, like stuff like that. It's just I dig that thing.
Yeah, it's
that stuff
so cool.
The Warhammer sucked me in, and that
stuff looks amazing.
It is.
Incredible
it's fantastic. They've worked on like the sculpts and the articulation on them. So like the Space Marines are put out now are amazing, but like the pricing on them are all over the place, because you'll have one price on like a Gundam or a Show Z, and then like they'll hike the price like $50 on the Big Bad Toy Store. Yeah, but like the mechs are what's amazing. The mechs just have some are.
And the vehicles, like I love the vehicles. I got a couple of. I got a bike coming, and I got a dune buggy. Just like more like a space vehicle. It's really really cool, man. Jordan from Canada, Happy New Year! Thank you, man.
What's up, man?
Yeah, and Sergio says with you, Pablo. AWOC for sure, and likely a Savage Crucible line. We'll at least start pre-ordering. It's like Cyberzoic, the dinosaurs. I want those.
Tell you, man. So much stuff.
It's already out the window. This is why I don't do resolutions, man.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
He's also saying Chris's Kickstarter for the biblical figure is supposed to be this year.
Oh God!
And those dinosaur warriors. Yeah, is that Matthew Rodriguez stuff?
Yep. Matthew Rodriguez stuff's going to be coming out with
That's true.
I know it's gonna be tough, guys. Real tough. We're gonna have to practice some
eBay
dinosaur. A lot of willpower.
Oh yeah, the dinosaur warriors. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Some different dinosaur warriors. There was a 1/12. Well, those are 1/12 too, but like there was another dinosaur, like third party 5K thing that I picked up again, like randomly. Like.
Yep, those two. They're supposed to be more of those with like better head articulation. I think someone said.
Yep.
Again, I that's the kind of stuff that I got, and I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore. And there was things that, I tried the worst from Super 7.
Oh yeah.
And I'll be honest, I know some people. I know Kyle over there and Yoko and stuff, and Johnny works over there, Sergeant Bananas. But like, there's not a lot of stuff that I've gotten from Super 7 that I love, man. There's not a lot. I've got some of the Disney stuff. What's that?
I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle stuff has been really good.
Teenage Mutant Ninja has been good from what I've heard. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I still have a ton of boxes though, but like the ones I have open, like Mutagen Man, like a Michelangelo. It's just it's fantastic for what it is, and just upscales that articulation. But the worst look really good, but I feel it's still like the limited articulation. I would like it. I would like those figures to have more to them.
Yeah.
Asura, is that the orc sort of samurai warrior, right? Is that what we're talking about?
Is that the new? Yeah, the big red guy. Is that?
Yeah,
just came out the last day or two.
I take that thing, man. Well, I got these guys, and this Noda toy thing, this 3-pack is incredible.
Those look so good.
And that thing would go so well with those. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
That looks so cool.
So it's trimming down, and it's making room for all the new legions, and hopefully trying to have some bucks for them. But the other thing too, going along with this, is all the third-party stuff that's constantly being cranked out for Mythic. Cosmic, we know that's right around the corner. People are going to start jamming that stuff out. More and more people are getting into it, and they're all amazing. That stuff just keeps coming out too. So it's like I love being able to support all the third-party artists that are in this community, and that's another chunk of change. You got to save up for.
Yeah, and you were talking about that earlier, and that's another thing that I really have to curtail and or start actually probably selling some of that stuff, and not even painted, because the point is I don't have time to paint it, but got sucked into so many of this, just looking at it like, oh, I got to have that one because I'm going to make that and that's going to look really cool. And then I don't have time to paint because I'm doing photography. I'm doing this, you know what I mean? My entire life can't be in the basement. So
right.
you know, I got a lot of shit that I have not touched. Good stuff. And, you know, it'd be better in somebody else's hands who can take the time to paint it, because much as I want them, I would love to have the figure complete. You gotta, God, to coin a phrase from somebody I know very well, you got to stay in your lane sometimes.
Right.
Not that you can't dabble.
Right.
But you touch everything a little bit.
But a little bit is the case. Like I have enough third-party stuff sitting back there that I couldn't, if I was full-time doing nothing else, couldn't finish in a year at this point. You know what I mean? So like, I don't need any more.
I know,
I know, man. Can't help myself. So I have been buying Legions Con. I'm buying a finished product from someone, you know, like a painted head or a painted figure, you know, a finished figure, instead of, because I just know that if I buy it unpainted, unless it's very simple, I probably will not finish it as much as I'd love to. I enjoy it. I know I do it, but I just can't.
Yeah, and you do great work. Boy Called Malice, $10. Thank you for that. I came late to Legions with the Jan 22 reinforcements in stock. Before, it was Masterpiece alongside my vinyl records Addiction. Now it's primarily 4 Horsemen figs for me as far as budget and space go. Right on. We are all in the same camp, buddy.
Oh, vinyl records are another thing, man. Jesus.
I bought a toe to those two.
I have like I kept some of my original stuff. They're just like in storage, but I went and bought, you know, Mondo, who does the He-Man stuff. They do vinyl and t-shirts and prints and stuff too. And they had this Dune, this double album of I love the Dune soundtrack. And it was just beautiful. Like the way it was put together in the sleeve, and like the vinyl itself was like colored like gold and stuff. It was like really cool. I don't have anything to play it on. So like I got it. I'm like, you know what I gotta buy next is I gotta buy a turntable. And then like, okay, but I'm not going down the vinyl. It's cool and everything, but I'm not going down the vinyl though. Damn, look at that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I can see that.
I can see that too. That's a Dave. I can see that a Dave thing. Records are a black hole. Or a black circle that you could spin the black circle. All right, so that's some of our rules. I think it's not earth-shattering stuff, but you know, you have to. This is almost like of all the resolutions. Like, yes, I want to lose weight. You know, get in better shape, whatever. Be a better person. I do. One of those things is like I do have to stop engaging online with some subjects, in many forums, Twitter included.
It sucks your time. It sucks your time.
Yeah. Gets the blood pressure
boy,
up.
does it. And then you look back and you go, what the hell did I just wasted an hour and a half of my life.
Yeah. And
for nothing.
Just worked myself up into,
because you're not changing anybody's mind in that case either. You know what I mean? For the most part. So
you just check your spelling on a post so many times and you put it up there and it's just like thumbs up.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah. But this is something I really have to follow through with, because some shit's got to go, man. Shit's got to go, and there's shit coming in, and I just don't want to be to the point where it's all just piling up in boxes. Like I mean, I'm not busting your balls, Billy, but like have crates of unopened, you know, you haven't opened up Alithia, you know, it's like I was with you up until about maybe a little over a month ago, but like it was sitting in a box. I opened up a couple figures, but the majority of it was sitting in a box forever.
I've got stuff from Legions Cons. I haven't really.
Yeah, I really haven't opened up the Furious 4 yet.
Yeah.
I want to touch them so bad. I want to do a review on them. I want to slap Father Christmas's toy sack on DeWitt.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, full of junk. That'd be great. That'd be perfect.
Exactly.
There you go. All right, so that's some of that. The other thing we wanted to do tonight is a couple of questions that Nate came up with, actually, which this is very good. So these are more like predictions or wishes. So your most anticipated legions for 2023, and this could be stuff that's coming. Specifically, this is stuff that's coming because we have another category of stuff that we were hoping for, we'd like to see, whatever. But and let us know in the chat what you're looking forward to most, and you can be specific down to a figure. Might be more interesting if it was a figure as opposed to like cosmic everything, because I'm looking forward to cosmic.
Right.
But Billy, what are some of the things that you're really looking forward to figure wise?
Figure wise, this year, shipping willing, all that. I'm hoping Poxus touches down by the end of the year.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get my hands on Tharnog. I want to mess with that brute scale orc.
That looks cool.
Customize and pull them apart. I want to put like the oversized helmets that came with Father Christmas on them. I just want to make these uber orcs.
Yeah.
Cool.
He looks really cool, man. Up close, I mean that body really, really works well. He's an interesting looking character because he's a little more benevolent orc, but like that, just the body's gonna work great.
Yeah.
Greg, of course, you really have to say it. I'm looking forward to.
Let me guess.
We guessed that. Yeah, Rakagor. A lot of people saying Rakagor.
Yeah,
that is one of mine. Rakagor is one of mine.
Yeah, I had him in my number one spot, so he's my second place runner up to what I've got. I'm gonna throw up there, but yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the Elf and Orc Builder Wave as well. I have a lot of those coming, so I hope there's a lot of people looking forward to them because I'm going to have a lot of them for sale. But yeah, those look really good. I think those might be sleepers, man. I don't think a lot of people got in on those, and I think they're going to be sleepers.
I think if you didn't get on them, you're probably going to end up being able to get where people part them out for like the extra accessories they don't use. They'll probably be like tossing those in the Cabal next, where it's just like, hey, I don't need these helmets, these extra arms, stuff like that.
Thrace is my other one from that wave.
Yeah,
Rakagor and Thrace. I really want that.
Big time.
That looks so cool. I don't know what it is like. And from Cosmic, I'm really looking forward to Zirian, and like it's just a basic 2.0 figure, but I don't know what it is. It's like something about the way it's the clothing and stuff like that.
Clothing and the soft, and the
soft just makes it pluses it up.
Yep. The paint.
I got to see doing a lot with Thrace and with her as well. So
for sure,
just head swaps.
Yeah. As a Hazar.
Yes.
It's gonna be cool.
Looks amazing.
I think that's gonna be cooler than I think it is. Like, it was cool looking. The effects and stuff are really cool though. Those translucent green effects. That's gonna be pretty cool looking.
And be able to pose Zazar and Azazar, pose him with the two up.
Right.
Good shot where it's like, make him do the fusion dance.
Right.
I know, like if it wasn't so hard to get which one is it? The yellow one. No, the blue. Wait a minute. No, they're both out now, right?
And the yellow's coming with.
All-Stars is coming early. You're gonna get your yellow mustard demon.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to actually either. Well, probably painting is the best way to go. I was thinking like actually cut it in half, but you're gonna lose so much in the kerf that you're gonna forget.
Oh my god! If I had another blue one and a bandsaw. That would be great,
because it would be cool to actually have them splitting, what I mean? Like maybe you just cut the head and you just paint, half or whatever.
You've seen the Motu customs where they'll do that, and they'll have where it's like half Skeletor and half He-Man, and it's just like slightly too far apart, like too bad. That. Oh.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Bonnie Rotten probably going to go with the Gorga Attila 2-pack. Yeah, that is on my list. I want that Attila so bad. I want that new Attila. I want to do so many. Like that's my favorite faction, Leodicius. I want to do so many cool pics of him on a horse and like. But I have the first one and I like it, but I can't wait to have these unmasked helmets. That's what I really want.
Yeah,
or the unmasked unmasked face sculpts. I really want these.
So this came down. This is my most. These two, getting these in.
This is? Yeah.
Pack. Okay. This is mine. Yeah. First time we're going to get the swappable faceplates. You're just saying the 3D shields. I can't wait for this.
Hey, Boykel Mellis, thank you very much for the super chat, and we'll see you later. Thanks.
As far as Legions go, that's for sure where I'm at. Yep.
I do want to get my hands on that Gorgo shield, that Aetherblade shield. Oh,
yep.
Crazy.
Yeah, haven't really thought much about Gorgo because I mean it's definitely different from the first one, but is not as drastically different from the first one as
I just don't have them. So
that shield is really fucking cool.
Yeah. I actually broke mine up in between Cosmic and Mythic. So
I did too. Yeah. The specs.
So this is my top one for and Slog was up there and what's his name?
Kragnar,
I think.
Yeah. Forearms.
No, Olek, the
Olek. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways, I just think this is going to be incredible. I think these wings are going to be sweet I could see them being turned into some badass Mythic customs, all the different claws or whatever you want to call them that he comes with, the articulated mandibles. I just think these are going to be amazing.
Yeah, I definitely need to put in a couple more orders on Big Bad Toy Store for some extras on there because I did not go heavy on them at all, and I feel bad about it. After seeing them in person at Legions Con, at the G-Con, that was
they're going to be sweet.
Yeah, you can take the face off the shield. Yeah, so you could do something with that too, which is another cool reason to get a couple of them because you could use that as a in a dio or something up on the wall. I'm totally going to do that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Aes Sepetian, man, the gray alien.
I cannot wait.
I didn't put that down because I could put them all down, but I said the Sphex and Zirium.
I just don't know are we going to see them in 2023? Are we going to see that wave this year?
I'm pretty sure we are.
So, yeah,
I'm pretty sure we are. Yeah. In fact, that may be a situation, again, no knowledge here, but where they did have some of that stuff tooled ahead of time. Although, well, you never know. It's possible. It doesn't matter what I got because they weren't producing them yet. They still gave me 3D parts and stuff, but they may have been, moving ahead with those things. So,
I can't wait for that one too.
Yeah, I think I got maybe 3 or 4 of those ordered because I was just like, X-Files, the gray aliens. I was just like, I want to fiddle with them so bad.
I know they look amazing.
Nolan, I really got into Legions when the Poxus Wave announced an order Starnog as my first pre-order. Thought I was going to only stick to Orcs, but yeah, that's how it starts, man. I was just totally I don't need vampires.
I was the same way.
And then I got the vampire, and I was like, fuck, I really love these vampires.
Now the Alithia wave.
Now that's one of my favorite.
Yeah, no, it's so funny.
Yeah. Does it add or take any excitement away when you get to shoot the prototypes? Do your photos scratch an itch or make it's kind of a little bit of both, man. It's because I get the excitement of opening up the box. I mean, occasionally I'll get a broken down picture, not a broken down picture, but a picture of the figures broken down in a tray or something like that to know what's coming. Generally, I won't ask for that. I'll just wait for them to show up. And so I get the kind of fun of opening them up. Now, they're generally in pieces and they're fragile. So it's not quite the amount of fun of taking it out and but it's cool to see them. But it's kind of it's a double excitement because when the production figures come out, then it's oh my God, I'm going to get this and it's actually going to be able to move without tape or sticky tack or anything like that. It's going to be amazing. So yeah, that's the photos scratch an itch, but you really only have so much time to do stuff. Sometimes, you knock some things out and you're like, yeah, I would have done this if I had taken 3 days to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you're like, yeah, it looks good. I probably would go back and fix things, but you don't have the luxury of that for some things like that. So, they look good generally. Yeah, looking forward to that 2-pack for sure. Legion Builder Pack from the Aetherblade Wave is going to be great. I think so too, man. I think the elves look great for that. I'm really looking forward to those elves. Not sure, but we did get the heads up that All-Star 6+ would be in Q1, right?
Maybe it starts.
It's not said during G-Con that it was someplace like maybe towards the end of
March-ish.
Q1,
maybe?
March, April. Yeah, so maybe Q2 somewhere in there. I don't know. Not sure.
It's happening this year.
Okay. Rob said something up here. I can't remember what he was getting on about. Shit, I missed it. Sorry, Rob. You had a good point about something, as you usually do, but I just can't find your comment. So sorry about that. Yeah, good. Well, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. I don't know what exactly, Sergio, you're really rethinking, but what did Jordan from Canada say? I can't remember what he said up here, but anyway, yeah, I mean, it's a lot, man. There's a lot coming in, and I got a lot, and I really got to start thinking about what's important and what I really want to collect, because you can't have everything, man.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, including now. Thank you very much, Emil. And get well, Jeremy Renner.
Yeah,
Hawkeye.
Yeah, I hope he pulls through.
Yeah,
100%.
He's conscious
100%.
now. The last report he's conscious. He's speaking, and you just don't know about his the physicality, because that's it's a lot of blood and his leg. Who the hell knows? But
yeah,
it doesn't. He looks like he's out of the woods in terms of like
life-threatening.
We're not going to lose him, I don't think, at this point. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that too, man. I can't wait to shoot these things. Wish list for Figure Obscura. You guys could say if you've got. Well, we're going to get into wish lists in a minute. We have a New Year's wish, so maybe we can talk about that. But a little bit. So I'm looking forward to Belualith. Necronomus is probably going to be at the end of the year. If we should be getting it in 2023, but it's probably going to be towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
I think so, but I think it'll probably be Q4, late Q4 if it happens. Who knows? I mean, if this backup with Cosmic causes any kind of ripple effect, it may not be, but a man can dream. I can't wait for Belualith and
I know.
Terpickles. The Terpickles.
He's so scary.
He's so scary.
He's so scary. Oh god, just all the parts on him. Oh
yes.
Dude, that was the most fun to play with in prototype form, because like he could really like move, and he was kind of holding his poses pretty well, surprisingly, because it's just a bunch of bones. Obviously, there's no structure to sort of hold it together. But man, just those arms and stuff, the way he would move, kind of like a creepy ape. So cool, man. Loved it.
Because I want to feel so bad. Like I think they said he had brute scale arms sized up, basically, and
dwarf legs,
chins, and just it's all over the place. It's just I love the hodgepodgeness.
Yeah, it's amazing. What's up, Art?
How's it going, Art?
New Mezco Conan. We're talking about Legions, but I'm looking forward to that as well.
Oh yeah.
If I just collected, I would have gotten Cosmic, so I just can't add sci-fi dials and accessories into my.
Yeah, that's
Bonnie. That is, I know.
That's actually was going to be. I was going to add that to my resolutions. Is I want to start working on some Cosmic dials. I just ordered some parts from Jared Bierman. He just had his little sale. He had
some good stuff.
He had some cool Cosmic related pieces on there. That so I'm kind of. I've
Did he have Cosmic stuff? I don't think I saw
it's some like sort of space like tanks and boxes and crates and stuff like that. But I've torn apart like an old PC, and I've got wires and fans, and I can see kind of adding to some kind of dial. So we'll see.
Okay. Good to know. In case anybody wants to know.
Yeah, duly noted.
There was a lot of hotel issues, and sometimes you needed to like share a room because you had a broken AC, or you came too early, or stuff like that.
You mean as an arrived?
As an arrived too early. You were here too early for your booking.
Okay, we just wanted to get that straight.
Yeah, Anthony arrived too early for booking. There we go.
Right. Gotcha. Thank you for clarifying. Planning budget toy calls is key. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to throw this out because I was making fun of him, but it actually is Kevin from Toying Around. If you go follow him on Instagram, just go there. He's got a file, Excel file, to track your stuff. Basically, put it in, put what you paid for it, where you got it from. If you want to put value in or whatever like that. So you know, if you do sell stuff, you do buy stuff, you know, you've got a kind of a running tabulation of what you have, which frightens the hell out of me. But like, I really do need to do it. Yeah. And it's great for insurance. We were, you know, we've talked about this on we've talked about this in the 1/6-pack, because you're talking about like, you know, $250 figures that you have multiples of. But insurance, to have a list of everything that you have and what its value is going to help you out a lot if the worst happens. We hope it doesn't, but you never know.
Your air fryers.
Yeah.
So
cutoff here is Jan 15. If you want to order straight from
at 9 p.m. January 15th.
Good specifics there.
East Coast. Then, some people,
But then they're going to go to the retailers for whoever knows how long to pre-order. But if you want to get the best price, the all-in prices, and you want to go through 4 Horsemen, it's 9 p.m. Jan 15.
It's a trade-off, you see, is how it works. It's basically if you want to get a discounted price, you have to outlay cash in advance. That's how that works.
Yes.
Just saying. Anyway, spreadsheets for the win. Yes, absolutely. It's all a lie. Okay. Chris. Yeah, I got to talk to you after the show, buddy. I'll talk to you after the show. Did you guys see Mr. Allen's toy room? I did not yet. I bookmarked it.
Oh, I haven't seen that either.
He must own stock in Crash Mask.
Wow.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Okay. Huh. I know he had some of the early ones, some of the steps and stuff like that he used in some of his stop motions.
Cool.
It really isn't stop motions, but I don't want to tell him that. Yeah, there you go. Do an Excel spreadsheet too, but I will not add a sum formula. Yeah.
Exactly. Good to keep track, you know, of what you got on pre-order and whatever. But I don't want to know that bottom number either.
You don't.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous length of time to be on. And how's George going to feel about that you were on there yourself for 2 hours?
Relieved.
He's fairly straightforward too. He wasn't. George gets on there and he gets all giggly.
George will do it for you.
Yeah, that's true. Even though he hates fun. Right. All right, we got a couple of other things. We got the safest prediction.
Yep.
So Nate, I'm going to throw that to you first. What is? I have a couple, but they're kind of attached. So
all right,
go ahead.
One of them was, and this may be perhaps because it's hopeful, wishful thinking, but I'm hoping and thinking this could be a pretty safe prediction that the Silverhorn Sentry is going to either finally make it through the next All-Stars wave, or 4 Horsemen's going to add it in themselves if they don't, just because the game's coming out. It looks like it's going to be a huge part of the game. It's come so damn close before, and I want that figure really bad.
It's a cool figure. I only have one and I'd like more. And yeah, I think that's a very safe prediction, because you're right. The game's coming out and they're going to be all over the game. So,
and the other one, and it's super obvious, like, and I think we kind of touched on it before, but as it is the year of Necrononimus, that we're going to obviously see a lot more Skellies, whether they're new ones, perhaps added new figures to, say, All-Star 6, or we're just going to get Skelly versions of figures we've seen before. Obviously, we're going to get a lot more Skellies. That was a very safe prediction.
That's not even a prediction.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer, right? Yeah.
It's been stated, I believe.
But I guess it was more so of how or what we'll see with that. You know, how we're going to get it. But
I'll go next in line with that. My safe predictions, and I'm thinking my second one might not be too safe, but I think my first one is a blue Hagnon. I think we're getting blue Hagnon. I think it's gonna have it's the perfect match for this All-Stars 6+. Again, no advanced knowledge, but we've been teased with it in Nate's artwork. We've been talking about it. Chris doesn't want to do it, so that's at least he's playing around like he doesn't want to do it. It's all lies. all of it. It's all lies. I think we'll get.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good one.
You should come on and tell us some.
Yeah,
I got one that never mind. We'll talk later. The other one that's maybe not as safe, but I didn't think it was bold enough to be in the bold category. It was but maybe it is. Morgulith 2.
Oh yeah, I could see that. I almost held off on getting the one I just recently got because I figured that would be coming. I actually waited to get it to see if it was going to come out in the Necrononymous wave, and it didn't. So I pulled the trigger on getting the original. But I could see a second version.
It's been a while for that character, and she is the faction leader. Yeah. I could see it. It's gonna I think it's gonna happen. Again, no knowledge. I just have to keep saying this, especially now Chris is on there because he's all paranoid. Don't know anything, but I could see that happening, and it's a character that could. It's a cool looking character, but I could see it being upgraded a little bit to a little bit more of an elaborate look, even though that headdress is pretty elaborate.
Yeah,
it's very elaborate.
I don't know what else you could do with her, but I know they could. You know,
they
could do something.
Yeah, Eric would come up with something
after having seen Necronominus himself. Like, there's a lot of accoutrements that you could put on a figure like that to make it look a little more regal, like more of a,
Yeah, even if you added some new suggest some soft goods to plus her up, because she does come with that old school cape. So
yep.
Maybe some more bones and some more feathers in her headdress.
Yep. There you go.
But
they've got 72 people on hit that like, people, please.
But
all right, Billy, what do you got for safe predictions?
Well, I mean, safe is definitely skeletons, and Nate kind of got me where it was like, hey, we'll probably get figures of certain characters, even if they're new or they're revisits, where it's like, hey, here's a head, here's a piece to make it a skeleton, kind of in line with the Necronominus wave with the Etheron characters, where it's like, hey,
so head packs, you think, right?
Head pack, skeleton. So if we get new figures in All Stars or any kind of like wave they have, and it's like a good character or a living character, there may be some bones to add to them, which would be fantastic. I'm down for that. But I think, much like you said with Morgulith, I think after going to Legions Con and G-Con and
that's Dead Otho confirmed then, right? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, I mean, of course, Dead Otho is gonna come. Actually, it'll be Dead Otho, and then there'll be a bonus pack down the line of just his head to make him living Otho.
There you go.
You gotta hook him,
right?
Okay. Sorry.
Much like you said, Morgulith. I think after going to G-Con and like they had like the bust, everyone who went to the intern for a day painted of Malleus. That wasn't the original Malleus. I think if it's not an the All Stars wave, if it's being kind of like Necronominus wave, little mini wave they do this year, it's gonna be a Malleus 2.
Really? So soon?
But the thing is, I don't know why they would make that bust with a new head sculpt for the skull, because it was a new one, like missing teeth, stuff like that, bulkier not meatier, bonier head. It's just something to throw. I think it's more likely than a whole new figure. Just to be some extra parts to it. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool. I like it.
I thought about that as like a Brother Mandibulus too. But I'm looking at Brother Mandibulus. I'm like, I don't know what else you could do to him. Yeah, there's not much there to improve on or make more elaborate. Like you can't.
I don't know if you put wired goods on him for his skirt or not, because it's so good, just tethered and flowing. It just sits right to begin with.
And the 2.0s in terms of the figure, not the body type, but all seem to be faction leaders, or at least, leaders in, not that the Malleus isn't, I mean, he's one of the brothers, right? But like,
trifecta.
Yeah.
And Walter will love it. So, hey.
There you go.
There you go. That'll be the Walter tribute figure.
There you go. It's done.
All right, bold predictions.
Bold predictions.
Billy, if you've got one, I'll start with you if you want to continue.
Okay. So I'm excited for Necronominus. I'm excited for Terpicule. Terpiculi. Yep, but he's one of those skeleton monstrosities, and it has where he's got the brute scale arms and all the random pieces. I hope we get a full up brute scale skeleton monstrosity. At least have where it's the other pieces. They have like a brute scale torso, the legs, maybe some crazy arm adapters, something going on there. Something crazy, some kind of monstrous thing going on there. 2 heads, who knows?
Love it. I could see it. That'd be awesome.
Nate, you want to go?
Sure. I'm going big, guys. Real big.
Go big.
I'm going to say this is the year that they're going to announce the dragon so we can get it. It'll be in our hands by 2024, which is the year of the dragon.
That was timing right there.
Oh, damn. That's a good one, man.
Yeah. The Grand Slam.
Do they drop it in 2024 for pre-order in the year of the dragon? Either one.
Yeah, either one. But I'm wondering if the pre-order this year, we get it by in our hands, year of the dragon. We'll see. That's the biggie.
I'm gonna admit my trepidation as to a dragon, because there's 2 reasons. Like I don't always think of Mythic Legions as like Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? I did it first, and like, yeah, sure, there could be a dragon in here. It's, you know, I mean, it doesn't seem like it's part of the lore, but I mean, obviously, this is a big world. There could be something in there. My only other trepidation is, where the fuck am I going to put this thing?
Well, I just think that,
you know,
the 4
it's got to be articulated really well.
Yeah, but the 4 Horsemen version,
so you get the whole plate, so you can eat off of it.
I have no doubt they'll come up with some kick-ass, cool version that'll blow all our minds.
Yeah, you better get Eric on that, Chris. So Morgulith 2 was going to be my bold prediction, but I didn't think it was bold enough. So, yeah, and even like things like I would love. Well, maybe I'll put that with my wish, because it's better than the wish I have right now on here. Here's my bold prediction.
Yeah, let's hear it.
A new faction.
Ooh.
Brand new faction. Never heard of it before. New figures. New year, new faction. Yeah.
Love it.
That's mine. Again,
a G-Con
no idea.
Huh?
But
or before
you
that.
know, I mean, we've got these things we've been through all sort of the matchup waves now, you know, with the good versus evil stuff. I mean, we've still got the gods to go through, and the Red Star. But the Red Star, like, what do you put them? Do they have a matchup to go with anybody? Well, no, they do have.
Noble Bear, yeah. Well, I don't know if they're necessarily a matchup, but we haven't gotten a new Noble Bear.
Yeah, and we actually also have whatchamacallit, I'm blanking. Hang on. Let me give me a second here. Not the Congregation of the Convocation of Basilia. Which we haven't had too much from, although Poxus had some of that, right? Yeah. So yeah, that was Poxus. Right, that was Poxus. Okay. So we're good there. So yeah, we got the Sons of the Red Star. I could see another faction, man. I could see somebody, you know, story of somebody splitting off from that, starting something else. You know what I mean? Who knows? But it'd be interesting to add a new faction.
Yeah, some kind of like, because like we finished with the 4 main bad factions, and then like however that story concludes, there's got to be a bigger bad.
Yeah, dragon. Jesse's Dragon Clan. You got a dragon?
Oh, yep, Dragon Clan. Yeah,
dragon. Yeah, there you go.
Who knows what they'll do down the line with it? But like, oh god, there's so many things. Realigning people with different factions down the line. Yeah, I'm just talking out of my butt, but yeah.
No, but they've reiterated over and over and over, because people are questioning, like, well, gosh, we're almost done with going through all the factions. Does that mean Mythic Legions is done? They're like, not even close.
This is exactly Jesse just said. Was exactly what I was thinking. Is Rhaegor, you know, has that dragon, and he's the only one, and he's kind of like has a mysterious past. So there's some sort of, you know, connection with dragons with Rhaegor, and Rhaegor is a figure that's ripe for a 2.0. So Just saying. Rhaegar 2.0.
New
Planet of the
faction.
Dragon.
Cool. I dig it.
Kind of cool.
I love it.
Kind of cool. So that is my bold prediction.
That's sweet.
What are your bold predictions in the faction of werewolves? That's cool. Or a fraction of werewolves, just a small portion of werewolves.
I saw you, Curtis. I saw new Shadow Orcs.
Yeah.
1/4
of fingers crossed.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Very cool.
But that's just that's more in the Aerith here. Oh my god, man! I don't have any room on the shelf for that way or for that faction. It's insane.
Yeah. Right.
Bear. Well, yeah, that
bear be sweet.
Bear. That'd be. As much as I want a bear mount, I want a bear that can go from being on 4 legs to on 2 legs and still have enough articulation to like swipe at something. That's okay. I want a really articulated bear.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Curtis, for the super chat, by the way.
Yes.
We do need more shadow elves. I agree. I agree. I like the shadow elves.
That was a quick one.
So my wish, I'll start with that because like that was one of my wish was new mounts. I would love to see a bear. I wanted an elk to begin with, and that's a hop, skip, and a jump from a moose. Although body might be a little big, but then again, it's fantasy. So
I'd love an elk.
Just be a cool, simple head to do. They could change up the hooves a little bit, more of a split hoof or something like that, and maybe change up the tack.
Yeah.
That I think would be really
or
cool.
Something like what was that in House of the Dragon, like that white stag, like a big thing like that. It'd be sweet.
White would be cool too. Yeah, that'd be really cool. New mounts, and I'm hoping for, this is something that I don't think is like out there, but I've said this for a while. Like we finally got with Attila the different face plates. But I would love to see new heads for some of the expression heads for some of the main characters. I know you can't do it for everybody.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some general ones, because you do have like knights that you could throw just an expression head on, you know what I mean? Like the Red Shield soldiers or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'd really like to see some of like Atlas and stuff like that with some screaming heads or something like that. Would be really cool.
That's been on my wish list from day one. I would love that.
Yeah,
we got.
I mean, you can get it with the skellies. You can open up some of their jaws, so that's really cool. But even and even the goblins have like different expressions, but that's not really. I'm talking about some of the main characters.
Just that emotion to it, kind of like in the All Stars head pack that's coming out, the vampire head, where it's just fangs, bared, stuff like that. It's something we have not seen, where it's just that much to it, that much emotion.
Yeah, we need that.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that. So those are mine.
Cool.
Nate, let's go back to you.
All right, my wish list. I would love at least one more Nate Bartsch designed figure.
One more Nate Bartsch, yeah.
At least one more Nate Bartsch, because I mean, I just freaking absolutely love that.
That is amazing.
Giant build. Oh my god, it was.
I feel bad that I didn't put in. I kind of in my head it was there, but in the top 5, I put in the Ogre Legion builder, but I should have like said with the pack.
Right. It's kind of a hard thing to say because it's an accessory pack. It wasn't a figure, but if you put them together, figures,
but like it kind of was meant to go with that. Yeah. It almost to me it feels like you could use this guy as just an ogre, but if you bought this pack, that's what it's going, man. I mean, it just works. You got to, and if you bought the all in, you got them together, and what are you going to do with that if you don't put it on him? You know what I mean? So they kind of went together. They kind of
as a belt buckle like Cullen did, but other than that,
bear statistics.
Oh God.
On screen, that's going right to Nate tonight.
Yeah, both Nate and I have a bone to pick with you, Chris. Well, I do.
Oh,
you know what it is because he talked to you about it earlier.
Better not be AI art.
You said no. It's ridiculous. My 3 wishes this year are the same as every year. 1 Green Knight, okay. Dwarf Builder set like the Barbarian set. That would be cool.
I love that idea.
Yeah, that would be cool, and is long overdue.
That's very cool
new male 2.0 style body with new torso. Well, 2.0. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool. I could see that happening soon since they've just done a new, 1.0 torso. So, yeah, it's a possibility. Good ones, Pat.
Call Patrick.
Ogre Minotaur. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, we've got
oversized demons. We're kind of getting that in as a Hazar.
Yeah.
Somewhat. Van Helsing. Yeah, Van Helsing is a figure obscura.
Very cool.
Where's Bracco? I didn't see that. Oh yeah, here we go. Vampire Hunter Van Helsing. Yeah. Night Builder. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Always, knights are great. I'd rather see a dwarf builder myself. Like the big pack, like the barbarian builders. That would be cool.
With a new head.
Yeah, female. Yes, with a new head. Female ogre.
That's cool. I love that. That's a great call.
All right, Billy. You didn't give us your wishes. What's your wish?
Now I've got so many more ideas. It's overflowing there. The obvious one is no more shutdowns in China. That'd be nice.
Well, yeah,
I like that.
Everybody's wishing for that.
I would love. I want a 1.0 female body.
Like I want that cosmic.
Yeah, like cosmic. I want that for Mythic. I want to have that like. There's some 3D parts out there that have where they're close to what I want to do, but it has where it goes from a 1.0 female torso to a 2.0 female head. I'm like, she's gonna have a pea head. It's too small. I want to make a lady who can knock your head off.
Yeah.
Fantastic. That'd be great. Another one. I would love, since we have like the new ogre hips and the half giant hips, they're fantastic. I have so many old ogre figures and that scale, even with the oh god, why is it horse is
Equidron.
Equidron,
yeah. Where the hips, I'm afraid to mess with them because I'm like, it's causing tension, stuff like if they had where they did like a hip order, where I could order 5 or 6 of those and be like, okay, I can replace my hips. I would pay for new hips.
That's a great wish. I would love that. Hip surgery.
I know you're watching, Chris. I need more ogre hips.
Ogre hips. Ogre hips in 2023.
Hashtag ogre hips.
Hashtag ogre hips 2023, 2024. I'm not too pushy. Other than that, like Nate said, like it may not even have to be like more Nate Barch figures, but I want more accessory kits that upgrade maybe a standard Legion builder into not even necessarily a name character, but just some elevated character where it's like, hey, this is a bronze dwarf. This is a new head. Here's a bunch of different horn accessories, some weapons, one new kind of armor accessory piece or some pauldrons. Boom. Yeah. I want more of that because I have so many builders like that.
Yeah. We need the upgrade stuff like the new belt packs.
Yes.
It'd be cool even if we could get some upgraded soft goods in a pack.
Yeah, just basic ones. Even if they had I know a lot of people are.
Bed, Chris.
We're boring, Chris. Like it's so boring.
God.
All right, let me go put on a costume then.
Yeah, where's my David Pumpkins costume? But no,
I think it's because we're just picking things that he already knows what's coming.
He's like, you guys whine about stuff, but yeah, a soft good pack. And I know there's a lot of people who are like, how do I undye this Alithia tabard, or how do I undye that? And they want to dye it different colors, even if it was like a beige color. Just something where if people want to be adventurous enough to dye it,
that was adorable.
They can make the tabard, clothes, soft goods, whatever color they want to. Just there's a lot of new parts that we're getting with some figures, and if you don't get that figure, you might miss out on the part. Like Valak, and oh god, they have the swappable chess pieces, stuff like that. But now that those figures are mostly sold out, you can't get that chess piece right now. And there's not a lot coming in the next Necronominus wave. And Dubin's the only one in the All-Stars wave. And people have where they've made those 3D parts to swap out those chests, and it's like now you can't get the part to use it.
Right.
So just a parts pack like that, like underused parts pack, that would be neat.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
Hey, Cloud, what's up? Good to see you here. Yeah, we have a lot of questions. I have questions like, why can't Nate tell me what he wanted to tell me earlier? Nate Barbarch. That's the goal. Okay, don't know what that means. We need
yeah. We need a horse wave to put on top of Curtis.
Yes.
Yeah, it's Justin Johnson. He has to come out this year.
I love that figure, man. It's great.
92.
Hopefully we.
Yep, Bardrick.
What's up, Embered Wings? New sword pack.
Yeah, sword pack would be cool. Weapons pack, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, we got the hand pants. I would love to see hand packs for the original armor.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So that some of those figures that we had first, and just some plain hand packs. Just you know, even if we had to paint them, you know, whatever to match the color of whatever figure we had or whatever. But yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's going to be a lot of stuff coming out. We can't want to wish for too much because, you know, as we just said, nobody has any room for it. And
right. I know.
To begin with, but all small stuff like that, maybe, you know, maybe a bear mount is a little bit too much, but I still like one.
One bear mount.
Bring on the bear mount.
I'll take it. Oh no, I can't say I'll take the bear mount before I can afford and have a place for the dragon, but baby steps. Baby steps. You do a bear mount, then you do the 5 heads of the Tiamat dragon, and then you do the dragon. You know,
it would be interesting if they did do a new faction and they announced it was. I don't know if you tip your hat like that.
I don't know, but
it's
like
the Dragon Clan or, you know, something along those lines.
They've hinted at a dragon in some form. It seems like for
I know it's not as if it's like, you know, like going to be. It'll be a surprise as to what it looks like and what it is. Maybe I'm surprised that they do it, but I mean, I think at this point they've been thinking about it and they want to do it. So
yeah,
I mean, maybe not, but I think that would be a cool idea. New faction.
Maybe that'll be that next big bad, or at least opposing faction thing, like you said. After all the evil factions are done, the dragons are upset of what has happened to Mythos and taking it back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about it as a dragon, you know, I mean, the dragon typically, like in D&D, is like something that's, you know, that hoards, you know, wealth and is something that you hunt down to try and steal things from. And I mean, the Sons of the Red Star are, you know, kind of cutthroats for hire, and they're people that are out there just, you know, they want some money. They're looking for the bucks. And if you did have a dragon out there, I'm sure they'd be one of the first factions to try and find it, slay it, and you'd need somebody to maybe not help the dragon, but, you know, just be part of the, you know, that protecting it anyway or something. Like that. So
yeah, Joe, there's been talk about play sets type things, you know, Dio things.
Yeah,
be cool.
I don't know how much they want to get into that, but I think it's cool. I mean, sometimes, you know, you leave that stuff to third parties and stuff like that. I mean, unless it's a specific thing, you know what I mean? If they were to do, you know, a castle like Snake Mountain or something like that, it would be one thing. If it was I mean, the Castle of 4 Sides would be an amazing thing to have.
It'd be insane, but it'd be massive.
Hell yeah. I mean, I don't even
how they built it, you know, maybe you have where it's like it could be so tall, or you just take off the bottom half and it's just that one part. You know?
Yeah, and it could be one side or 2 sides or something. You don't build it all out because I mean, looking at it in the game, it looks interesting. Like there's a lot of bridges that come into the different, you know, doorways into the different sides of it or whatever. But I don't know if we've seen it completely, you know, exactly what it looks like. I'm just going by what the game looks like. So, but I know damn well when we get that game, and I can't wait for the game. I got to talk to Tony again because I really want to find out what's going on, because I know that the beta was going to come out like in the fall last year, and I know they're a little behind on that and stuff, but I can't wait to try it out. But I know once I start seeing stuff in that game that I'm going to want to build it. You know what I mean? I'm going to want dios and stuff for it. So it would be a cool idea.
You want more figures too.
Yeah, more figures. But I mean, like if there is a throne room or something like that that's featured, I could see them, you know, maybe thinking like, hey, maybe we can do some of this stuff. You know what I mean? They, you know, they haven't done accessories like that yet, but they didn't do mounts for a long time either. So could happen. That'd be pretty cool. All right. I think, you know, we're 10 minutes from 11. So I think we can start to wrap this up. But yeah, you know, think about it. There's a lot of stuff coming. You don't have to get it all, obviously, and you don't have to pay in advance if you don't want to. But you do have to have room for it at some point. And so think about that stuff. Think about your resolutions. And yeah, be prepared. Be prepared. And watch Saturday at 9 p.m., right?
Sunday.
Just Sunday at 9 p.m. Jeez. Yep. Sunday, 9 p.m. Just Shelve It here on YouTube. Curtis and Jesse are going to be talking to CB. Maybe they can get some of this stuff out of him.
Yeah.
He's easier. He's easier
you
than
never know. Right. And I want to say
but he's pretty tight-lipped, though. I gotta say, he's
well. Curtis just has to use those baby blues and look at them, and just he'll fall into them. He'll be like, "Oh, I'm talking to Ben Grimm. I love the thing. I can trust him."
Curtis might be able to take him off his game. Jesse's so nice that he might just be able to calm him into, you know, lull him into some sort of, you know, calm.
Curtis has to paint himself orange. Jesse has to just sing soothing songs.
Right. There you go. There you go. All right.
Now I want to say there's a Legions Lair show tomorrow night too. I think
there is a Legions Lair show tomorrow night. They're doing their resolutions, I believe. I think they're doing something like that, or predictions, or
So
I read it today.
Mike and Brad's show.
It's right at the top of the page. I can find it right now. It is Tuesday the 3rd, recapping the season of their season. That's cool. And looking ahead to what's the new year has in store.
Okay,
come on in, relax and enjoy. Okay, so they're really kind of doing a recap of their year and what they're going to have going on in the next year. And congratulations on their first season. Did they start like about this time last year? Or was it just a new year? They're just saying
it's a blur,
isn't it?
No, it's all right.
I know.
But congrats to those guys. It's a great show. A lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
All right, we did it, boys. Billy, thank you for coming on, man. Really appreciate you. This was great having you on here.
You and your cat
on here.
Your channel is again
Billy Beige Customs.
Okay.
I got like 10 videos.
That's pretty good.
Quality. Yeah, keep them going. Go there. That's subscribe, good. Like.
Watch. Now, will you be doing some custom stuff on there? Or will you be doing like some?
I had where this past right before New Year's, I had where I posted a poll and I put like a goblin custom on there and like complete a custom, and everyone voted for the freaking Mad Ball. So maybe I need people to go on there and just like, you know, shimmy towards the Mythic Legions customs there so I can finish something.
Yeah, add some tags. Tags definitely do help still on YouTube. So Mythic Legions. Make sure you got Mythic Legions in your description, in your if you're reviewing Mythic Legions, in the title, and do the tags and stuff. Yeah, you'll get it. It's a lot of stuff that you got to do, but it does definitely help with this stuff. Yeah. But it's good, man. I've enjoyed your reviews. You keep it lively, you keep it fun.
Yep.
And they're a good length. It's like it's not over the top too long, but you get to everything, and it's fun. I like some of your cuts. You know, it's good. It's very good.
I'm experimenting. It's very experimental.
Yeah, no, but it's fun. That
works,
way.
man.
I like
it's working.
You're honest about it, and that I think works with everybody. Is just be yourself and be honest. So very cool. Go check that out on YouTube. What else? If you're into 1/6, we did the 1/6 pack top 10 of 2022. If you're not, still just watch it. Just put it on the background so we can get some views. Okay.
Yep. Good time.
And still got a few of these things left over.
Oh yeah.
Very few. They're going fast. I put mine up today. I didn't think I was gonna. I made room. I cleaned my desk. Another like New Year's resolution thing. And I've been seeing some pictures of people putting them up on the wall, which is really cool because I don't know, just didn't think about that, but it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
So there's only about say maybe 25 now at this point. So if you want one, hit up the Etsy link. It's in the description. It's on my link tree on Instagram if you're there tomorrow. So thank you, Cloud. Yeah, I hand delivered one to Cloud.
Nice.
She lives not too far from me. So that's cool. Cloud is a new convert to Mythic Legions and
fun.
quickly becoming an addict.
Nice. I love the handle.
Chats.
Cloud Foxwell.
Yeah. All right. I think that's it. Nate, what do you got going on? Anything in particular? Just putting some shots out?
Just gonna try and do some picks as always. Okay. Yep.
Cool. All right. I kind of don't want to end, but like there's nothing else to say. Thank you all. Thank you all for the super chats.
Reunion.
Right.
You know what? I do want to do a quick Lords of the Lounge from. It's been a while, but
quick one here.
Len LaGuardia, Kevin Booth, Scott Baker, Hedgehog Action, Elijah Baker, Motu Guru, Tomo T, Curtis Ackerman, of course, Braku Prime, of course, Lena Hugh, Bearded Toy Man, Patrick Mulcala, Noir Kaiser Effects, TJ Fry, and Biojex Photos, Elliot. Some of those were on the 1/6 pack, but we appreciate them all. They're awesome.
Cool. Yeah, and speaking of Phil, we got a new one.
Guys. Oh, there he is again. Thank you, man.
Thank you, Phil.
Appreciate it, buddy. We got to get Braku. We got to get Phil on here one of these days too.
For sure.
All right, cool guys.
Good show.
Awesome. Good talk. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
Good luck with those Reso-Legions, y'all.
Yeah. Good luck. See ya. Happy New Year.
Cheers.